What's going on, Razorback fans? Josh Throne here with another episode of Getting Defensive with Matt Harris. We're back. After Matt came to Fayetteville last week, he brought up some Aggie fans. He stayed at the house. We went to the game. Wasn't what we wanted, Matt, but you got a chance to hang out with DJ Grant and me at the show. What was your whole take? Let's get your quick thoughts on the game. You were in the stadium, so let's hear it.
Man, it was good to be back with the boys. I will
Mhm.
say, Fayetteville, always a treat, always a pleasure. With the rain delay, that was a bummer. I think that stole some early excitement and energy that you need going in to upset a number 4 team like A&M coming into town. But I think I pissed some Hog fans off last week calling them out, which is
Yeah.
true. But they did. They showed up in the night game in the second half, which was super cool. We weren't supposed to get that. But I will say, they did at 6:54. Go watch the film. Film don't lie. We're sitting here breaking down the players. I'm going to break down the fans too.
Mhm.
Uh, they did. They started going out, which was really surprising because the energy was electric. It was there. It was awesome, and I was so happy. Point in case, we had some bad seats in the end zone area. That whole area changed since the last time I was in town. We
Mhm.
looked down, Josh, and we were 10 rows up because ain't nobody was there.
I
So a lot
know.
of people didn't show up because of the rain. So there was that. So we went down and just took someone's seat, sat right in front of you, and you saw me talk bad to some Razorback fans that were leaving with 6:54 to go.
Matt
Where's
Harris
the
doesn't like when
car?
you leave when there's still a ball game.
It's about you come to the game.
That's right.
I don't want to harp on that. It was a great atmosphere. It really was a great atmosphere. Two things can be
Yep.
true at once. It
Right.
was a
So what
great
did you feel? You saw kind of the same thing. I know we did a little bit of post game, but real recap for people who didn't see it. What did you think gameplay wise? What do you think the Hogs need to be able to work on?
uh is everything too easy of an answer? No, I'm just
Right. Yeah.
Um, it was, man. This was a defensive letdown, and you and I were talking about this before, talking about when we were there with Petrino and, like, what was
Mhm.
our defense was really like because they were talking about how bad we were, and, man, we were holding what? LSU, Alabama, everybody to 30-point
Yeah.
game.
Let me run you through it because when that is
Yeah,
right. In Matt's defense, as a defensive guy back in not only the Houston days, but those Bobby Petrino days as well. A lot of people go, yeah, man, we could have done something serious if our defense would have been,
yeah.
just a little bit better. But let me go ahead and run you guys through some stuff
Come on.
because history typically is different when you read it back.
It's weird.
You've got Arkansas versus East Carolina. Arkansas's defense held East Carolina to 17.
That's the bold
Arkansas versus LSU, second game of the week. Wait, no,
no,
I'm actually
yeah,
working backwards. I'm sorry. Let me
yeah,
start from
yeah,
the
you get
beginning. Let
yeah,
me start
yeah.
from the beginning.
Right.
First game of the season, Missouri State got held to 10 points by Matt Harris's defense. Then we go on and play Georgia. That was the only
That
game where
was
we
the
actually
tough
gave up a
Yep,
substantial amount of points,
that was
52
true.
points.
Yeah,
But
the
then we
kicker
show back up, play Alabama,
yeah,
35 points. Then we
pretty good.
go into Texas A&M, the SEC gauntlet, hold them to 19 points. Then we
Whoop.
go into Auburn, hold them to 23 points.
Got
Then
him.
we go to Florida at Florida and hold them to 23 points
They
again.
stole that game from us, Josh. Part
Yeah,
of my soul's in Gainesville. They stole it from us.
I know, I know. Then we go to Ole Miss, hold them to 30. Eastern Michigan 27, South Carolina 16, Troy 20, Mississippi State 21, LSU 33, and to finish off the season, we beat East Carolina
Hmm,
and held them to 17 points. Matt, that's a defense that they used to talk about
yeah,
not playing good enough. How does that
right.
make you feel?
What's our show called, Josh? Getting
Getting
defensive?
defensive? Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I was so defensive
right.
because when you go into Columbia and you hold them to 19 points and you lose a football game,
Mhm.
that's where a lot of my chip comes from. I don't want to hear about this offensive guru when we can't score more than 19 points and win a football game. Obviously, that's not the case right now. Bobby's got him rolling, but that's kind of my fear, Josh.
Right.
We weren't that bad of a defense then.
Yeah.
But yet somehow it's almost like a Jaden Daniels or a rookie quarterback coming in the NFL. They have awesome NFL years. You hear about this sophomore slump. I'm going to give you a hint why. Because when it's your second time to actually go at these people full time, not interim, not like they're like, oh, hey, this is what they do. This is their tendencies. This is how you can beat them.
Right.
And people found out about his offense in the second half. And it was hard and frustrating because we looked at the stats. We would get on average an interception, forced fumble, and 2 sacks a game.
Mhm.
30 sacks, 13 interceptions, and what was it, like 12 forced fumbles?
Mhm.
So, like, our defense was productive. We held them to majority under 30-ish points on average or less. I would say less, just with those 19-point games. So, this is why, I mean, look, I'm living proof. Can I put a spade on the table for us?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm an undersized white guy in the SEC playing defensive back. Boom, there that is.
Spade,
If
that's a spade.
I can do it, Larry Worth, you can do it.
Yeah.
Caleb Wooden, for God's sakes, maybe you
Mhm.
can do it. Julian,
Right.
stud, dude. I love Quincy Rhodes. I'm all about Brandon Shaw. So when I hear these people just making excuses, fans, chats, message boards, oh, we don't have the talent. Y'all are going to see a play here coming up where Brandon Shaw is running stride for stride with Marcel Reed.
Mhm.
The dude gifted.
Mhm.
Quincy Rhodes, same thing. Like, we've got all the talent you need. It's a light switch. It's a mindset. We were talking earlier too. Like, what are they saying on the sidelines, Josh? Where's our team leadership? Throw coaches aside. You know who plays the game? The players. Like,
Mhm.
we talked all season, Cam Ball, Xavier Sori, like our leaders, Mitchell, like, where are you guys? And so I would get defensive. Like, like, this is
Yeah.
my life. This is my lifestyle. And I'll battle anybody about it too, because I know who we were as a locker room. And to hear offensive coaches say what they did about us in our defensive days, we're going to have to score 50 points to win this game. Man, that was one game. It
Yeah.
was an AJ Green game that we were laughing at those boys in the first half. They kicked
Right.
Jerry Mitchell out of the game, and man, we just crumbled. They had a
Mhm.
tight end that took advantage of the young freshman linebacker that came in, and I remember it like it's yesterday, Josh.
I know you do.
It's a great game. It's a great school. We have great players. When you
And you know
start,
what? We would give anything to have that defense again. We really would. We really would. We'd give
we'd
it,
be
and I think that
five and two.
what when people are in the middle of it, you really take for granted what you have, because
Yeah,
here we are in a situation with an offense that's putting up,
yeah,
the numbers that we'd want, right?
yeah.
Better
Scary
numbers,
numbers.
honestly, better numbers than back then at that point.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is a great season. We got a quarterback that's the number one in total yards, total
It's
offense in the nation. I think we're ranked
awesome.
number 4 in the nation offensively as a team. So defensively, we got things to tighten up. The run game's one of them. We got to stop the bleeding from the ground, Matt. And I want to take you into a couple plays because I know you're going to have a lot to say about some of this. Let me see if I can't drum this up a little bit bigger for us.
Yeah,
Here
this is
we
really
go.
fascinating. We broke down a couple of these plays, Josh, and there's a few of them that just kind of make you go, like, what was that defensive play call? You're going to see Larry Worth here on the edge, on the hog, blitzing from the edge, and then Steven Dix or Shaw, I can't remember. I think it's Dix, is going to blitz off the left. They're blitzing both off the left edge. They're going to vacate the middle of the field, and then Sori is going to slide over instantly. And
Mhm.
watch what happens in the run game. Hmm, that's weird. Now our defensive tackle gets double teamed, right?
Mm.
This is the theme. I'm going to set it on the table here. All right. You're not always going to make the tackle. This is not your tackle to make. Double team defensive tackle. You're not going to make this tackle, but what you are going to do is you're going to put your feet in the ground and you're going to push that gap to that running back, doesn't have a full speed ahead. They sold Sori out to dry here. I don't know what they were doing. I mean, this could be a really high level defense for an NFL team to play, but it clearly is not ready for our Razorbacks. That was a simple inside zone that our middle linebacker completely abandoned the middle of the field, and it wasn't his call. You could tell that was a play call. So,
Right.
little concerning. I feel like that'll be coached up next week, and pray it does at least. But here you go, got slot receiver. I think this is Kanai Walker running with him, or yeah, it's Kanai. And then you got your force end up top. So what I highlighted here, oh my gosh, Steven Diggs. If you
Mm.
don't go run through that guy, I'm gonna just throw this computer across the screen. So Larry Worth up top, y'all. Look how far he is inside the hash here. He
Mhm.
has force. He's outside contain. If you can stop it, Josh, whenever he makes contact at the very end of this play, look how far he gets out. And that's not terrible, but he keeps going. Look how far he is now. He's at Tyson Chickens, man. We're not trying to eat nuggets right now. Let's play football, bro. Like, he just got himself completely out of the play. Caleb Wooden just completely allays this guy. I got a big problem with Steven Dix. He sees the lead blocker right now. Larry Worth, Tighten your gap. Steven Diggs, shoot your freaking gun. The lead
Mhm.
blocker is the running back right now. You go blow him up in the hole like he has the ball and watch him. Gets blocked. And thank goodness for Kenai Walker still trying to make a tackle. But that's the stuff that drives me crazy, Josh, because I know that we're capable of having at least a 2008, 2009 defense.
Yeah, and Matt, you're gonna see a
That's
little bit
what
of that because at the end of this, we've got a couple plays
yeah,
where we actually show that we know how to stop the
right,
bleeding on the ground. We're
right.
capable, as you always say, we're capable.
We're capable. So here I highlight this too because it's 4th and 1, Josh. It's 4th down and 1. They have one wide receiver, and he's not on your side. You need to be going now. You have outside force contain, and look what he does. And so they're blitzing Sori up the middle, which I don't hate, right? You're shoving people in the gaps, right?
Mhm.
I like this. So we got backer. That's your play to make. Both of you guys. What are you doing? You're about to touch each other. You're in the same gap. We got Quincy Rhodes. I think that's Quincy. If I had to judge off of his effort, he's a great effort guy. I'm a huge Quincy Rhodes fan. He almost makes the tackle in the backfield. If Singletary and Dix were up there, one guy blocks both of them, Josh. He blocks both of
Bring this
them.
back again to show you guys this play one more time here.
He blocks both of them. A linebacker. Look at the linebacker, Dix. Go in there and take that guy and go run him in the running back. That is legal and fun. I did it all the time. It was awesome. And I was a defensive back. Linebackers, whenever a lead blocker is a running back or a tight end, go make some hay, baby. You want to play on Sundays or not? Do you
Yeah,
want to play
and
on
Matt,
Sundays or not?
you honestly, you'd sit here and you'd think, "Okay, it's 4th and 1. How are you sitting on your heels and not making that play? How are you not getting aggressive and making that play?" I mean, you you know what situation you're in.
Yeah.
So that those are those moments where I'm thinking, "Okay, I'm not really too sure about what's going on. But let me dive you off into another play here. One second.
Forget coaching. That's a motor. That's an internal decision that you have to make. And it's a pre-snap recognition, right? I say it all the time. Anticipation beats reaction. It's 4th and 1. They have one wide receiver. They're gonna run it.
Right. Alright, here we are,
First,
1st and 10.
look at this guy. Okay, so Philip Lee, great. I want to break this down to y'all. Football 101. This is an
Mhm,
inside zone, zone read, whatever you want to call it. Quarterback is keen Philip Lee, defensive end right now. He is
mhm.
forcing the handoff. And that's what I guarantee you was our game plan all week. You can see zero Philip Lee here, still good after it, which turns, sorry, your linebackers into running back responsibilities. Everybody has a job. Philip Lee, you're not going to make this tackle. And he does his job perfectly. And so does Sori. That is football. It's that easy, Josh. I'm not kidding. You have all the talent in the world. If the guys just do their job and understand that I'm not supposed to make this tackle on the running back, I'm supposed to touch the quarterback and trust that Sori does what he does behind me.
Mhm.
That's beautiful football. And that's what frustrates me. When I hear all these guys talking about our defense and how not talented we are, and we got to do a complete overhaul and get a new head coach and it's like, you got it. You got it right there.
Yeah,
That
no, consistency is the key. They're showing that they are capable of doing it and
right,
putting it all together. They have the talent, they have the size, but
right.
consistency, maybe there's just a little bit of depth issue and that our guys are getting tired and taking plays off, which might be an issue. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not in love with our D line right now. I'm not in love with them.
Here we
Again,
are, another good run stop.
yeah, great run stop. Field side defensive end. Look at Quincy Rhodes. So this just fires me up. This is awesome. Look at him. He makes contact with that left tackle right now. I'm sorry, pulling guard, left guard. And then he goes underneath and he just says, "Hey, tight end, you have to account for me too." Boom, boom. Backside backer, baby. Backside backer. Daddy's favorite. It's the best place to be in the world, Josh. Look at him. He's free. Boom. I like Shaw. I like him. Talk bad to him. Let him know about it. That energy, crowd feeds off of it, and the
Yeah.
homies do too. That right there, but no one's going to get him. No one's
Mhm.
going to get him. Go get him. Go push him down. You know what I mean? Like,
Go celebrate with your boy. Come
go
on. This is
celebrate
your
with
moment.
your boys. Like that's part of the switch. It's all correlated. Not one guy went over there to say, "Hey, good job, man." Katie, I watch football with her. I have a note going in my phone of funny little sayings that she says while we're watching football. And one of them is like, y'all just hit each other on the head the whole time. Like, I would just say, stop hitting me.
Yeah,
But that's what you want. You want your boys to push you, knock you
seriously.
down. You're like, I don't know if you saw that Aaron Rodgers clip where they threw a touchdown, the big D offensive lineman like tackled him. And Aaron got pissed. He's like, get off me, man. And but they're celebrating. They love the game. Like I loved football. I loved practice.
Yeah,
Every minute of it. I didn't like when I get cussed out, but like I
right.
would stay after practice and throw the ball around with guys just because I
Yeah,
liked running a post route sometimes. Phew,
100%.
it
I
was
mean, I
fun.
don't feel like you can play college football if you don't truly love it. I mean, it's so much commitment, you know?
So much commitment. You see
Yeah.
guys walk away from it all the time. I loved it, man. They weren't gonna run me out. They tried.
Let's see here. I want to dive back in a little bit, Matt. I got some explosive plays for you because another one of your keys to success here was eliminate the explosive plays.
Mm,
And you know, I'd like to say Texas A&M did a good job at both. They really ran the ball really well against us, but then
no.
then they'd lull us to sleep and then they take these shots over the top.
Yeah. Well, they're the number 4 team in the country. Their
Right.
offensive line is on some watch list as the number 2 offensive line, just like we have, like, all of our offensive stats. I'd like to have an offensive line stat. That would be nice. Uh,
Hmm.
but this right here is a straight one-on-one, man-to-man. You're the only guy. It's in the boundary. Like, if you've been playing football long enough, you know it's coming. Kanai Walker, the ball's in the air. You're in a decent position here to take a peek. I don't need
Hmm.
you to turn your whole head around and lose your guy and get out of control. But if you're a defensive back in the SEC, you kind of know how to do this. But I promise you, Julian Neal is the only person that I've seen take a peek. This ball's underthrown. He could have
Hmm.
picked this ball. And
Yeah,
safety,
balls in the air. You got to become a receiver right now.
yeah, go become a receiver. And if anything, you can still like he's reaching for him right now, Josh. Like I don't know if you've ever run a 40-yard dash, but I promise you, if you have both hands down by your side versus one sticking out like trying to run like
Right.
this, you're not going to be as fast. And you can still reach and look back for the ball. Like my dad used to tell me, don't swat at the ball. These little coaching techniques that these guys didn't know. I remember swatting at the ball one time against LSU and they scored a touchdown. And I was like, in my head, before I even hit the ground, we had a jump ball for it. And I was like, I swatted at the ball. You don't swat at the ball, Josh. You keep your hand still right where that guy is. And if you can go and that's how those guys make awesome one hand catches, is
Hmm.
because or the defensive backs, I mean, those one hand interceptions, is they keep that one hand while they're looking back at the ball. They know where like, I can see you right now out of my peripheral. It doesn't take much to put my hand where you are and look back for the ball, and then you make your adjustment. You got to have great ball skills, obviously, as a defensive back. That was kind of Houston Nutt's joke with me was, he used to say I had the best ball skills in the SEC, and I didn't even take any snaps. That was that mindset. I did. I played linebacker, then I played
Right.
corner. And I was a great cover guy. I wanted to play corner at Arkansas, and they pretty much laughed at me and didn't let me, but I would have been a great zone corner like a Richard Sherman because these guys, when it's one-on-one, man, take a peek. You got to develop good ball skills. Otherwise, this is going to happen all day.
And so you're basically saying you would have been able to make this play right here because if you're good in coverage, Matt, then you're good in the zone play here. But I
Yeah,
mean, I think this is a little bit of more of a mental mistake. Break us down on what happened here.
man, I've got two theories on this. One is I think our linebackers busted this play, which I'm pretty sure they were going to be involved in this anyway because they end up covering the same guy. Two is I think half of our defense is playing man, half of the defense is playing zone, which is okay if that's the play call. It just doesn't look like it. The corners here are your signifiers.
Mhm.
Julian Neal up top into the field. He doesn't run with his crosser like Singletary does right now. So that kind of tells me one of them's in man, one of them's in zone, which is okay.
Mhm.
It's traditional to go zone to the field and man to the boundary. If you're man to the boundary, sorry, right now, there's 4 pass catchers to the field. That's a rule in football. You have to let the first one go. The first one's the tight end because the crosser became underneath. Now the crosser is his number 4, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when the crosser comes underneath that vertical tight end, the vertical tight end is supposed to get covered by the linebacker, which I think is Diggs or Shaw. Sorry had his eyes in the wrong place. And it's kind of been a theme all year for him. Now he knows he's the closest one over there. Um, I don't know if this is the play where Cam Ball looped around and he was supposed to come under or
No,
cross.
it definitely was. Let's
Yeah,
see
and
here.
and that's what makes me think that this was kind of a blown coverage. Look at Cam Ball. Our defensive tackle is running to nowhere, running to nowhere. So I'm a little confused at the D line stunt. I'm a little confused at one corner is running. Otherwise, you have switch rules. But you see the linebackers, they're playing man to man. Someone's got man to man. And the crossing routes, you have to read that story and know that your corner is running. You now have take that. You can work top down, you can give some space, but that's your play all day to make.
Yeah, let's take a look at this other play. First and
Oh
10,
gosh. Yeah.
2021. We're still in the game, Matt. Which number
Yeah.
4 in the nation we're playing against. Another weird play call. You have that Cam Ball play call. Now you have this Philip Lee play call.
Yeah.
Kind of a weird blitz to me. I couldn't really make sense of it. What do you see here?
Yeah. So my big issue with this, Josh, is you're dropping your defensive end into pass coverage, who has no pass coverage ability, and you leave the middle of the field wide open. And Marcel Reed says, "Thank you very much," because you blitz all of your linebackers and you drop a defensive end. Sweet, and look at him; he's on the ground. Man, it's not his fault. He's not a defensive back. He's not a linebacker. Why are we dropping him 15 yards deep? Look at Shaw. Look at number 7, y'all. Say we don't have the talent. Run it back, Josh. I want
Yeah.
everyone to see this guy run fast. Look at number 7. Look at number 7 here. Oh, look, he's on the hog right now. Look at this. Look at the pick of that speed. It's kind of a loaf. Like, that's real
But he
deal.
can run, Matt.
He
He
can
can really
run.
run. They
He can
can. We
run.
got talent out there. There's no
We
doubt
got
about it.
talent. And Julian Neal doesn't give up on the play. Like,
We just don't have it at every single position, and we
yeah,
definitely don't have it showing up every single play.
yeah. Well, one of my keys for Auburn will help all of that, and I'll break that down later on game day.
Well, here we are, third quarter, dude, still in the game, 27,
Playing football, baby. I
playing
love it.
football.
First and 10. Okay. Josh, when you get a scholarship to play football in the SEC of all places, you're going to
Mhm.
be good at a couple of things. And one of those things is running the alley, baby.
This is
And
what you love to do.
you don't love it, you dream about it. I went to bed thinking about the alley. I woke up thinking about the alley. A good-looking girl could come across the street, and I'd say, "Hold on, I'm thinking about the alley. I'll call you later." All right? I was the alley. I need a shirt. Knees and nuts, right? You gotta get nasty in the alley. Right now, your linebackers could do a better job giving you but they're giving you an alley. One's got outside, one's got inside. Guess who has the middle? Bam, your boy. Caleb Wooden. What are you doing, son? And I know, and look, I'm not trying to embarrass anybody because he's already getting an earful in the film room. I promise you. But this is why you play safety in the SEC. He sees it's a run. He has good recognition. That's what bothers me. He sees it. He's there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Cam Ball, get your ass going. Cam Ball, what are you doing? Man, I'll tell you what, like that's the stuff that we didn't allow on those defenses.
Yeah, and again, like, I wanna give him it's third quarter, Cam Ball's been out there all game, you
I
know? He cuts inside, though, you're gonna be upset that you're loafing,
yeah,
and at the end of the day, Matt, that's a big running back. If
running back.
you're in that play, I
Yeah,
need to know. If you're in that play, it's a
yeah,
big running back.
yeah.
How you meeting him in the alley? You meeting him up? You going for the legs? You meeting him up top? What are you doing?
Josh, you keep that outside shoulder free. Great question. And you're not going obviously with the crown of your helmet, but your helmet is going to guide you. You want to get your inside ear on his outside shoulder. And a
Mhm,
lot of times it doesn't work out like that because his momentum wants to go outside.
mhm.
So I used to not wear gloves. I liked the feeling of grabbing those guys, skin, jersey, hair. I didn't care. It's not a nice game.
Yeah,
I would if I could grab their jerseys, they weren't getting away. That was kind of my rule. That was my thought going in. And so, you don't get interceptions all the time, but I would think when I'm running that alley, daddy's coming downhill and I'm going to blow this up with my inside shoulder, hat on the opposite side of the guy, and you put your shoulder and you cut him in half is what you do, Josh. You hit the guy behind him and you cut him
mhm.
in half. You hit him at the knees, you hit him at their belly buttons, right? You hit them where it hurts. The running backs, they don't like getting hit in the knees, man. You can go in there like Tebow was a running back. I have a great picture of just side swiping Tebow, and he's just
Mhm.
like his face is like no one wants to get gator rolled, baby. So
Uh,
you go in there and you get that. Hey, knees and nuts, Josh. You literally
it's
go from the ground up. Like that's going to be our shirt. Getting defensive, knees and nuts, because that's how you tackle those big guys in the alley. You're not going for their shoulders, right? You're
Mhm.
putting your shoulder pad at their knees, and you're working your way up, if anything. And if they run you over, that's fine. Now you're wrapping up and you slide down their legs like a tree trunk. And they wrap up. Dude, I'm telling you, like,
Yeah.
this is the way I did it. You would go for the knockout hit, and when or if they ran you over, you would just slide their legs all the way down, and you'd ride the ride, and you get them on the ground. That's the alley. The
Yeah.
alley's a nasty place. Not many people know about the alley. You know about the alley.
I've met you in an alley, and I didn't
Yeah.
like you. I didn't like the alley. I wanna get home. It was a bad neighborhood. I didn't like anything about it. I wanna go back to my
Dark,
house.
flashing lights. It was wet, you know?
Yeah, that's why speaking of the alley and tackling,
Uh,
this is when we need to be tackling the most. Situational
third and
stops, you
one.
said this is another key for us.
It
We
is.
need to make sure that we're getting these situational stops. 3rd and 4th down execution. Here it is, 3rd and 1,
Yeah.
Matt. You'd
Yeah.
think we can get a little bit of push on the line, you'd think we'd be able to get a little
Yeah.
bit of something. It's 2nd quarter, we're not gassed out yet. It's only
Yeah.
14-6.
Yeah. It all starts at the front, Josh. I love my defensive backs, but if you don't have a defensive front that can get a push, that can pressure a quarterback, you can have Deion Sanders back there. Um, it won't matter. I mean, it starts with the guys up front. And even if you don't get a big push, you got to stay run gap discipline. So that's where the linebackers and the fills are super important. Right now, you guys are 3rd and 1 and you're shuffling horizontally. I need you to go like it's easy, Josh. It's like it's the center, guards, and tackles. A gap, B gap, C gap. We've got guys in every single gap. On 3rd and 1, run as fast as you can through your gap. It is literally that simple. When people think of dumb jock football players, be a dumb jock football player and think, I have the B gap. I have to make sure that my rear end is in the B gap, or I have the C gap. I've got force. Just make sure that you're where you need to be really, really quickly on 3rd and 1, on fourth
So,
and one.
your main takeaway from here is that they're not moving fast enough. They're not getting upfield.
Yeah, like, I need my backers, like, you guys are and it's a cluster in there, right? You're
Mhm,
trying to look for the open gaps, but, at some point, you go through the open gap because those gaps, right, the guard will pull, and so the tackle will block down, the gaps will shift, and you kinda crack replace is what we call it with receivers, at least, and defensive backs. But when you see an open gap, man, like, that's the offense. Like, don't take what they give you, you go create it.
mhm,
You go make a mess, go create some chaos, and the offense will be shocked, like Quincy Rhodes did when he spilled that and he just got under not 1, but 2 of their blockers.
mhm.
Sorey was able because one of those blockers, newsflash, was a lead blocker going for Sorey.
Right.
And because Quincy Rhodes was able to go and make a mess, you're not gonna make the tackle. Quincy Rhodes knew that. You're not gonna make the tackle. But what you did is you just helped out homie behind you. And Sorey came down the hill and put his nose in there, and it's a thing of beauty.
Well, when you do start playing more aggressive like that, and you start putting your nose in there, and you come up with stops, then you deal with a Texas A&M that wants to get tricky.
Right.
Tricky play right here, sending a guy in motion, 3rd and 2. I
Yeah.
thought we were going to get this stop, force them to a field goal, but you know what? We don't. What did you see here?
Yeah, it's frustrating because the sense of urgency for my guy, love him to death, Julian Neal, 23. That was my number. He doesn't get down back to the line of scrimmage, right? This is we talk about it a lot. I'm not in the locker room. I'm not in those defensive meeting rooms. I don't know if his rule is to stay 4 yards deep now. But first things first, Josh, I want to alert something right now. Look at the field side receiver. Look at his splits. We talked about this before. Were y'all splits important as wide receivers?
Oh,
Did
extremely
they have
important.
a
Yeah.
bearing on the pass and the run game?
Yeah, that's what I love about you is because you know a little bit of well, you know a lot about offense because you're
Yeah,
judging it all the time. But
yeah,
yes, absolutely, this stands out on this little Walmart logo right here. You get an inside split like that, it's because you're purposely trying to create a
right,
lot of space on the outside of the field for
right.
that guy that you're now seeing coming in motion.
Right, exactly right. So now he's a that much quicker to him, and it's just a It's a modern day pick block. He doesn't put his hands on them, but these guys, again, anticipation beats reaction. Julian Neal, when you're running over there, you got to have a sense of urgency and you got to have some anticipation. It's 3rd and 2.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah,
Let me get back to this play here. All
yeah,
right. So for me, I love this, right? Like
mhm,
this is a Josh Throne route. You ain't got to
yeah,
be that athletic to pick
right,
guys off,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like this is
yeah,
just great play call. You've got a defensive guy in motion running with you across the field. He doesn't want to cut underneath those linebackers, so he's playing it a little too deep. He works his way across the field. You're saying, hey, you know what? He needs to be up here pressed on the line of scrimmage a little bit more, be able to make this play, especially in a 3rd and 2.
correct.
But high level thinking, and again, we're not in the locker room. You
Mhm,
mentioned this to me earlier, is
mhm,
right here, you would like them to be in communication
right,
and that corner shift off of that inside route on the hash and pick up this out there in the flats.
yeah, yeah,
How's that working in a game, though? I mean, let's just say that that's an option in a
mhm.
game. How are you both on the same page? Are you yelling at each other right here?
Yeah, it's a motion rule, Josh. So right now at that point, you check their splits and in motion 2, it's always there's a preset pass rule to where if
Mhm.
now those receivers now get anywhere close, I don't care if it's 2 yards apart or this guy's on the numbers and this guy's on the hash. If one of them does an out route and another one does a post route, the
Got
guy
it.
sinks under the post. Like you're
So
always talking about cutting
on
each.
defense, this is just a set rule. If you're in this situation, this is a give and take.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, and it would work in this situation perfectly because I could, like, get up and get full body with you guys. Um, like, right now, our outside corner, you gotta imagine his body positioning, I'm trying to get real with this thing, is facing this way. He's facing the quarterback right now.
Right.
He's looking at the guy coming in motion. He's literally looking at or, I mean, right now, he's looking at him.
Mhm.
So it's bang bang. It's not easy, and this is why switch rules on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and red zone and stuff. A lot of defensive coordinators do go man to man.
Yeah.
But when look at Julian Neal running over, like this would have worked perfectly. And I'm not saying you do it all the time, but if it's not in your bag as a defensive coordinator, it should be because I know that it's a rule either way. And if you're
Right.
getting beat on crossers a lot, I almost dropped a bad word there.
Yeah.
Dang, man. Like, switch it up. If you're running man to man and you guys are getting picked off, do switch routes. Do
You're right.
change your switch rules.
Right. Well, here we are again. Another
Yep.
3rd and 2. This was a
Yeah.
weird little cross. This was a weird little stunt up front.
Another weird one.
Um,
Another
and no, I wasn't really sure when I watched this, but I had you take a look at it. I'll run it through real quick. I know
yeah.
you pointed this out first.
Josh, I can just tell you this. Look, I may not be a smart man, but I know what love is. Okay. When I see 4 offensive linemen, 2 tight ends, right? And it's center,
Mhm.
guard, tackle, 2 tight ends, and we've got, let's count them, 1, 2, 3 defensive players on that side.
Mhm.
Quarterbacks are smart. Offensive coordinators are smart. I don't know if this was their play call or not, but I'm sure they walked up to the line, and if it was, they were like, "Yeah, we're good. Let's run that play,"
Mhm.
because we've got 4 versus 3, if not 5. And so what they do there is they do a tackle stunt. Our interior linemen do a switch. They catch us in a stunt, which is unfortunate. But what I need to see out of you, Big 9-5, is to not get whoa, whoa. Like I need to
Mhm.
see you boom now. Low man wins. Look how high you are. He just took you and treated you like a rag doll, and you weigh 350 pounds. How big is old boy?
Yeah, at least.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you're a big dude. And then sorry, right? Because they do the switch, they do that stunt, they put him in a bad position again. He's playing off of that defensive tackle. Cam Ball gets cut. Be an athlete, put your hands down, jump over the guy. Like I've seen it before.
Yeah,
Uh,
but, bad play call, situational
yeah,
football. I'm sure they really thought that they had a play drawn up here.
but
Again, you
3rd and
mentioned it
2,
earlier.
I just
Some of the stuff is, NFL play calls with the defense that
college defense.
is
Yeah.
kind of in resource learning right
That's what
now.
it looks like, Josh. Like I just, I've been around ball my whole life and at high levels. And when you see a lot of twists and stunts and D tackles becoming pass defenders and stuff, like that's high level defense. Like
Yeah,
sometimes you just blitz your backer and fill the gaps.
right. And I think, and again, it's kind of what we thought we were getting back to a little bit, but I
Yeah.
think we're still,
We
we
did. During Tennessee, I feel like we had a little more of a balanced defense. A&M, we come out and we do stuff, and we're like, "Why is Cam Ball dropping into coverage? Why is Philip Lee dropping into coverage?"
right.
Like, he just got shook out of his boots, and rightfully so, because Marcel Reed's a skater. Like, what the heck?
But again, Matt, we're capable. Here we are, 3rd and
We
14,
are.
second quarter.
Brandon Shaw, I'm loving him. He's turning on. He's going to be a good player for us. So he shows blitz here, doesn't really give it away a whole lot. But look at this. He goes in and recognizes this. Look at the wall of elephants here. This is why they call Alabama the Crimson Tide, as they look like elephants running down the field. This is a scary place to be. I've been there before. He not only goes and takes the initial block, he makes the guy go inside. Boom! Look at my guy. That's a bow. That's throwing a forearm at someone. He goes in there and forces an inside, and then Shaw comes back and makes the play.
Yeah.
Y'all, we need to just rewind this over and over and over. It's 3rd and 14. It's an obvious screen down. Look at that guy decleating an offensive lineman. That's a corner. That's a corner. It's Shakir Smalls. Pretty sure. Did they force a fumble? No.
I don't know if they forced a fumble, but we stopped them and they ended up punting the football, which is what you want to see at
Yeah.
21-13 going into half.
And we go down and
And we
score.
go out, yeah, we go down and score, Matt. This is perfect. And so again, we're capable of doing it. Shaw right here.
Shaw.
Awesome play.
Awesome. And then Shakir, bam. Hey, you're not going to make the tackle. Shakir Smalls, you're not going to make the tackle. What do I got to do? You
Yeah.
may go chin strap an O lineman? Got it. Yes, sir.
Yep.
That's my dude. I
And then
like that.
and then Matt, here we are, 3rd and 7. 20-28, still in the game, 3rd quarter.
Yeah,
Love to
playing
see it.
football. Love to see it.
Let's take a
So,
look at it. It's almost same play. They want to run
on the
those
same
screens
play,
again.
y'all, the offensive coordinator knew exactly what they're doing. If you don't think Auburn watched this game, you're crazy. We're going to get screens. We're going to get crossers. I love screens because
Mhm.
backside, you could clean somebody. So look at this. Larry Worth, and I think that's Stephen Dix.
Mhm.
Backside backer. That's been our theme all year, right? Backside backer. We're adding to the theme. Look, he recognizes it. Larry Worth sees it, and he gets downhill now because you can sneak behind the blitzer. Look at. I think this is Diggs. He goes and takes the lead block, goes inside the other one, gets his hands on and makes the play. He hadn't had a great year.
Yeah.
Capable,
Capable.
capable,
Yeah.
capable. Like
Key takeaway. The
like
key takeaway is capable.
I mean, Josh, I played in such like even compared to you and DJ and Grant, I got an extra year with Houston Nutt and that staff. I can just tell you from an objective standpoint, if I have someone saying to me, "Hey Matt, you're really good. You can do this. You got this. Go Matt. You're the man." Versus, "What are you doing?"
Mhm.
I'm going to play better. Anyone would play better. And there's players out there that, get coached differently. That's BS, dude. If someone walks out to the field, I mean, outside of Bobby Boucher, right? Tackling fuel. Um, that saying, "Hey man, you got this. You got this. I've seen you do it. You're capable." Go take their head off.
Mhm.
You're gonna walk out there and go take someone's head off.
Right.
That's what this defense needs. They need a hype guy. And you're your own hype guy. Like your teammates, you're your hype people. Fans, when you leave with 6 minutes left in the game, you're our hype people, especially home crowd. It was an
Mhm.
awesome atmosphere. That's why I was so surprised. I don't know if you remember the way that it started that conversation. I was like, "Are y'all leaving?
Right. Yeah.
Like, are you going to get drinks or like, are you leaving?" He's like, "Yeah, we're going home." And I was like, "What in the world? Where are you going?"
Yeah.
It's insane
4th
to
and 5, if y'all would have saw it, I almost had to calm him down. I was afraid that he was gonna scare those little kids.
These are Razorback fans. My Aggie friends were up there.
Yeah.
It was after we got stopped. So they went and scored a touchdown, and that happened. And then our offense, I think, got stopped the next series. And that's when a lot of people left too. And they were coming from the bathroom. And they said that Razorback fans were talking trash to them as they were leaving the stadium. And I'm like, "What
Mm.
in the world?" Yo, there's rules in sports. You
Mhm.
don't talk trash when you're leaving the stadium, a loser, like
Mhm.
early. And so I love our defense. Obviously, I'm passionate. I love our fans. I think our fan base is arguably some of the best atmosphere in the country. That night game was special, man.
It
But
was.
from top down, from our band to our light and sound guy, to our outside backers, to our backside backers, to our defensive line getting their hands up. If you can't get the sack, put your hands up. Like, there's just so many little things. Tapping the hat when Brandon Shaw made that play and not one person said, "Hey, man, that's my dude. Go." Like,
Uh-huh.
you're a wild animal out there, Josh.
Right.
Like, there's no rules. Like, no one can hear a word that people say. Like it is like truly like heaven on earth for me because
Right.
I clap really loud, I talk really loud, I'm
Yeah.
a boisterous guy, I'm your friend that'll come and grab you by the shoulders and shake you, and people are like, "Dang, Matt, let go, man." I'm like, "Nah, man, that's who I am."
Right.
Like,
You're the
you
guy who literally headbutts me way too hard, like
yeah, right, right. You can be rowdy down there. It's okay. Let
yeah,
your gangster out.
yeah,
And, you see these good plays, and they're not getting fired up. Tennessee, they had it. That
yeah,
was that was a Petrino thing, was tap the hat, right? Like, we wanna see 11 guys around the ball. That's every good coach. And if the players aren't buying in, then I blame the players.
yeah.
Because the coaches, hey, you can lead a horse to water, man, as you say in Texas, but you can't make them drink. So,
Mhm.
you gotta go get it yourself. Do you wanna play on Sundays or not? Coach Petrino, as good as he is, Coach Nutt, Dabo Sweeney, Nick Saban, it doesn't matter. If you don't have that
Mhm.
internal motor, if you think that you're entitled or you're given something like, I'm getting paid to play football in the SEC and that's good enough for me, I want you going. That
Mhm.
is true. Like the talent may be there, but if your heart's not in it, we talk about all the time, right? Hey man, backside backers, knees and nuts, and heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the combination of a good defense, man. And if you can throw a good right hook every now and then, like Shakir Smalls did with that left forearm, like, go get nasty, man. Play a bunch of Lil Boosie in the locker room or something. I don't know.
Oh my god, man. I love doing this show with you, man. I love it. We're doing it late tonight too, so we
There
can
we
be ready
are.
for this morning. So listen, guys, if you are coming to the game in Fayetteville, please come by the alumni house. I don't care if it's raining. We were just out there in the rain at the last game. So if you're
Football
coming by the game early to tailgate, stop by the alumni house. They have an indoor there as well, so you don't
Oh,
have
it
to
was a
stay out
nice
in the
game
elements.
in the rain. It was the
Yeah.
best place to be in the rain.
Yeah, or you can just hang out with us, watch
Yeah.
the show live if you want to. We will be there, I think 9 a.m. going live for the show, and then we will be going into the game. At least I will. Matt's going to be joining us live from Dallas. Grant should be there live with DJ and I. And that again will be 9 a.m. Brought to you by Oaklawn Sports. So we appreciate you guys watching the show. Make sure you download the Oaklawn Sports app because DJ, Grant, Matt, and I will all have a parlay, and I have a feeling we might win this week. So you
How's your
guys stay tuned for that. A big matchup, Petrino Magic, maybe Auburn. We'll find out. Thanks for watching Fourth and Five, and we will see you guys soon. Cool.
It's gonna happen, man. Petrino's gonna get this